Okay, so what we're going to do is a really quick video on identifying the letter names of pitches on the treble staff. And I have a basic 3-step way of doing this. So what happens is lots of times when we see notes on a staff, we're overwhelmed and we shut down and we're like, we don't know what these are. But if you will follow these 3 steps for every note, you will be able to do this. Notice that very simply, all I've done is used whole notes. I haven't put any stems on them or colored them in. I've just left them as whole notes. And you are going to be using these 3 steps that I show you to do the homework with this assignment. So this is what happens, is when you are trying to identify the pitch name or the letter name of a note, the first thing that you have to do is you have to identify if the note is a line or space note. Once you know whether it's a line or a space note, then you can move on to step 2. Okay, if it's a line note, remember you're going to use the words Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. Okay, E, G, B, D, F. If it's a space note, you're going to use F-A-C-E, space in the face in the space. Okay, so once you know, you're going to choose you're either going to choose lines, you're going to use Elvis's guitar broke down Friday, or you're going to choose spaces, F-A-C-E. And then you're going to count from the bottom up. Bottom up, okay, to identify the letter name. You need to write these down, okay, and copy what I'm showing you, because this is really important. And some of you missed how to do this in elementary school, but these are the steps. So for my first note, I'm going to follow the steps. First thing is I'm going to identify if that note is a line note or a space note. I can see it's sitting in between 2 lines, so it's a space note. If it's a space note, I'm going to use F-A-C-E, and I'm going to count from the bottom up. So I'm going to count F-A-C-E. Which space is it in? It's in the A space. So that's the letter name of that note. For the second note, I'm going to follow the same rules. Number 1, identify if the note is a line or a space note. It has a line going through the middle of it, so it is a line note. So now that I know it's a line note, then I can use my letters. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday, or Every Good Boy Does Fine, whatever you want to use. And so then I'm going to count from the bottom up. So I'm going to count my lines and I'm going to say my sentence. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. It's around the B line, the broke line, so it's the letter B. Same thing for this note. I'm going to identify if it's a line or a space note. Okay, that is a line note, because it has the line going through the middle. So do these steps with me right now. So now that we know it's a line note, are we going to choose Every Good Boy Does Fine, Elvis's guitar broke down Friday, or face? Well, you should have said we're going to choose Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. And now say the sentence with me. We're going to count from the bottom up. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. It's in the around the Friday line, so it's an F. Next note, line or space. It's a line, so we're going to use Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. Count from the bottom up. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. It's around the G line, the guitar line, so it's a letter G. Here we have another note, line or space. It's a line note. So now we're going to count up using the lines. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. It's around the E line, Elvis's line, so it's an E. And then the last example is this note. Is it a line or a space? You should say space. Then we're going to count up. If it's a space, we have to change letters. It's not E, G, B, D, F anymore. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. It's the face, remember? So now we're going to spell the word face going from the bottom up. This is the F space, A space, C, E. It's in the C space, so that note is a pitch C. So these are the steps that you will follow when identifying the letter names of the notes on the treble staff. We're only going to be working with the treble staff, even though I did show you the letter names of the lines and spaces on the bass staff, okay? Remember, identify if the note is a line or space, Then choose the correct letters. If it's the lines, Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. If it's the spaces, FACE. And then you count from the bottom up, okay? So use these steps when doing your homework.